Disney Infinity, a pretty popular game played back in the 2010s. I can still remember going into toy stores looking for Disney Infinity characters. But now the game isn't even brought up in nostalgic conversations for some reason. So today I decided to cover the rise and fall of Disney Infinity. So the idea of Disney Infinity came from Avalanche's previous work on Toy Story 3, the game. Side note, I had that game too. It was pretty mid. There's a mode in that game called Toy Box. So the team behind the game wanted to make an entire game based off of that one mode. It was announced in 2013 and will be soon released later that year. It will be released on basically all the popular consoles like the Wii, the 360, the PlayStation 3, and stuff like that. To me, this was new. I just generally looked at the box and thought, are these toys? I mean, I saw the Wii thing on the box, but it was like, is this a game or is it toys for the Wii? Like, it just looks like toys to me. This game had so many staple characters, and it just reminds me like Phineas and Ferb, Mr. Incredible, freaking Woody, like all of that, bro. Just looking at the box is edible for the mind.
What?
The plastic figures though got a mix to great reactions. I don't see why, but I guess literal figures of popular characters aren't that cool to some people. In September of 2013, just a month after its release, Disney revealed that they had sold 300,000 copies. Just a month after that, in October of 2013, they said that they had sold 1 million copies. And in January of 2014, a year later almost, they had stated they had sold 3 million starter packs had been sold. On April 30th, 2014, Disney announced a follow-up game, Disney Infinity 2.0.
Do I look at it?
For Xbox and PlayStation, and Wii U. To me, this game wasn't as good as the first one, but it was basically the first one, but with Marvel. Featuring characters from the Marvel Universe, it would still be compatible with the characters from the previous game. Since the game was set to have Marvel characters, Brian Michael Bendis, a comic book writer, was to work on the game, allowing the developers to have a more immersive-ish experience, so they say. A playset of Guardians of the Galaxy was also to be released. I feel like I'm talking about toys when I say playsets. It don't even sound right. They are toys, but you get what I'm trying to say. The only thing I didn't like about this game, well, I guess you could say the main thing I didn't like about this game, they didn't have any clear or crystal characters, whatever you want to call it. They didn't have any of those characters. Well, I don't really see how many copies of the game were sold when researching. But the game had a real leveling system, which was one thing I did like about this game. It was similar to, I would say, I guess you'd say Assassin's Creed, stuff like that. To basically sum it up in one sentence, it's a Marvel game with Disney Infinity characters and graphics.
I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I.
Disney Infinity 3.0, the newest and my personal favorite. It was released on August 30th, 2015. The starter pack had Anakin and Ahsoka on the front. When I got this, I remember being so hyped to play it when I got home. I mean, look at this box. Don't tell me this don't look tasty. The main little like clear part was called like the Twilight of the Republic, which is based in the Clone Wars, obviously looking at the box art. To me, this game had some bangers. Rise Against the Empire, The Force Awakens, Inside Out. I remember they had a Dory, they had I think it was a Zootopia, yeah, Zootopia one. Like, this game was absolutely tasty, you can't lie. I don't know if this was the first game that had it, but I do remember them having like discs you can use to like put on the characters to like increase like the level or something like that, right?
It's never in all this world, and that was when I ruled the world.
Due to Disney shutting down Avalanche Software, they would eventually end its toy-like business. Disney started to gradually retire Disney Infinity though. On July 29, 2016, the in-game purchase system was removed from the Windows version, basically keeping all the gold editions alive. The gold editions were basically, if you had bought everything inside of whichever Disney Infinity, you would receive the golden edition. In March 2017, in addition to the discontinuation of all online versions, Disney also shut down all officially related websites. Apple TV and Windows 8 and 10 versions were unable to play on that day as well. It's speculated that the company's forecast or expectations were off. This caused the company to lose out on money and basically ran out of money or go bankrupt. Let's take Hulk for example. He was produced 2 million times, but only sold about 1 million figures. 2 million times is a lot for one character. So I guess you could say the coolest part about Disney Infinity eventually killed the franchise. If you didn't get to play this game in this prime, then I genuinely feel sorry for you and your childhood. And you're most likely a Gen Alpha. But regardless of what killed the franchise, this game will always be remembered as one of the greatest 2010 titles, at least to me, and many other people that played it and during this prime. To infinity and beyond.